man with money is expected to share, but a woman with money is told she doesn't need a man. Same income, totally different rules. Let me explain before you get mad. In our culture, men are taught from day one that if they're not earning, they're failing. If they can't provide, they're not real men. If they don't pick up the check, they're broke or stingy. A man's value is often reduced to his financial output. Now flip the script. When women become successful, we don't expect them to carry anybody. In fact, we celebrate it as a form of freedom. Yes, queen, you're independent. She doesn't need a man. He's expected to provide, but she's expected to escape. Because if we really want partnership, then we need to stop placing all the financial burden on one side while celebrating freedom on the other.
This is so true, unfortunately. One thing I've learned in life is if you ask most women, you know, what kind of man do they want? They'll describe an ATM machine. Sadly, right? I mean, it is sad that, you know, with a man, when we get our money, when we make money, our first thought is, okay, we're making money to provide to our family, to provide to the children, wives. We barely and rarely put ourselves first or put ourselves in the picture overall. We will spend money on ourselves last. We be the last thing that we spend money on. We will sacrifice everything financially that would benefit us so it can benefit the family, right? Now, like she said, when you provide that same scenario to the girlfriend, the wife, or just the woman in general, when she start making money, like she said, the very first thing she'll say is, I don't need a man. Now, I'm not saying this is all women. Of course, it's never all. I'm saying the majority. Their first go-to is, I don't need a man. I don't need this family. Matter of fact, even if you double down into the family court system, right? When these the ones that are bitter baby mamas, when these BBMs get pregnant and it doesn't work out with the boyfriend or the husband and whoever, the first thing they do is, if I get rid of this man, it's okay, which is the man regarding to the father. It's okay because I can get child support. Some women, some moms will intentionally not let the child have a father so she can receive child support. It kind of goes into the whole thing where as long as they feel like they are receiving money, in their minds are like, well, the main reason why I needed a man in the first place was for the money. Not that actually either getting money, whether it's like government assistant or just in their own career, they're making money. Why do I need the man for? So a lot of time, most, not all, women will go into the relationship seeking financial freedom. They'll get married specifically to be financially free, where where there's no more working 9 to 5s in their lives. Where with a man, if we get married for love. We're not getting married for you to help us escape working. If anything, we're stuck working forever. If anything, right? We have to work more now. Not actually have a wife and kids. Women can get pregnant, and 9 out of 10, they're seeking, once again, financial freedom with child support. Or in marriage, it'll be alimony, right? Or just having a husband to take care of everything 100%. When we get a woman pregnant, we're not thinking about financial freedom. We're thinking about like, damn, now I gotta like possibly pay child support, or I gotta spend all this money on this kid. I gotta provide for not just the wife or the girlfriend. Not have to provide for both her and the kid that's coming up. So we're looking more as like, man, there's gonna be a lot much more financial burden on my plate. Where on their end, it's a lot much more less financial burden on their plate. So that's what she's talking about. Now let's go to the comments. Let's read it and kind of see where everybody's head is at, and we'll go from there. So, okay, a comment said, men save money being single, women save money being in a relationship. That is facts. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. That's facts. Man, the main time we do save money is when we are single. As soon as a man either get a girlfriend, a wife, or just start dating, like going on dates, by default, he starts spending money by default. A lot of time when we buy ourselves, we don't spend a lot of money. Like men rarely spend money. Like it's crazy to say, but we rarely spend money like that. We rarely spend money on ourselves. Men are like the when it comes to money, because we know how hard it is to make the money. So we rarely spend the money. Once in a blue moon, we might, buy something nice for ourselves. Maybe take ourselves out to eat, you know what I'm saying? Barely, but we'll do that sometimes. You know what I mean? We might buy some, I don't know, maybe travel somewhere if you like traveling. But 9 out of 10, man, we are very simple. We don't spend a lot of money. We barely buy things. We should start buying more things for ourselves. Okay. So Colin said 100% true ish. If a man makes 100 grand a year, his wife and kids will live well. The money's for them. If a woman makes 100 grand, the money is for her. And she's looking for a guy that makes 150 grand. So she don't have to spend her money. Oh, you all heard women say, his money is our money, my money is my money. Sad but true. Another thing too is understand that with men we date down. Women they date up. A man can date a woman that's like working at Wendy's. As long as she look good, she have good morals, she's cool peeps. We'll date them. We don't care about their income, how much money they're making. Now, on the other hand, if that man's working at Wendy's and she's not, she's making like a lot of money, she won't want to date that man that's working at Wendy's. Even the ones that have great careers and making great amount of money, they will still want you to make more than them so they can spend your money. So that comment I agree with 100%. James said, I'm glad my grandparents raised me. They did everything together, but put 110 in the relationship and marriage with their kids as well. They both work, both paid the bills, both shared responsibilities and around the house with the kids. That's how I roll, like it or not, and both work and provide. Yeah, I mean, look, overall, man, if we together, we're dating or we married, especially if we married, why wouldn't you want to pitch in financially as my wife? I'm not saying the man can't provide or I can't provide. It's like, but why wouldn't you want to help your husband pay some of these bills? Why would you sit back and let your man or your husband or boyfriend, why would you want to let him pay for every single thing, knowing that you got some money too? Like, to me, it's very selfish. And those kind of girls, fellas, be very careful of, and you should be turned off. Don't let the world brainwash you to feel like, well, I'm a man. That's what men supposed to do. We're supposed to spend all our money on everything, on everyone except for ourselves. Stop, bro. Don't let the world brainwash. It just doesn't make sense at all. Come on, let's break it down, bro. Like to have a great future for your kids, you gotta be financially like stable to the point where you're not blowing all your cash all by yourself. It's okay to have some kind of help from your spouse, bro. Like y'all partners. So Casey said, if he got money before he gets with her, then she should not be entitled to it. If she got money before getting with him, he should not be entitled to it. However, both parties should contribute to a joint account for the things they both want and need. They should pool some money together and build some sort of business, even a small one, which they both share equally. Should they break up, they're both left with what they had before getting together and also half of whatever they built together. I like that. It's a very good idea. Whatever I came in with, it's mine. Whatever you came in with, it's yours. And we could come together, build a thing together and equally. I mean, it's a good idea. Jackie said, I made 90K last year. My husband the same. Together we made 180K. Together. Yep. Let's read the last comment. So Junior said, it's true. Because when they have money, they don't have. And when you have money, they have as well. But to make them mad, ask them to pay for something for you and you will see how quickly the volcano erupts. Let's watch one more video.
Because I hate cooking.
I don't give a f***. He probably hates working his extra job.
Yeah, but I hate cooking, so.
I don't give a f***. He probably hates working his extra job. Can we say something that wasn't just copy and pasted?
I can try, but I don't know if I could actually do it.
What the f*** are you doing here, dude? What was this a desperate attempt at marriage? Like,
No.
what are we trying to do?
No.
She's okay with spending more money. I'm sorry, I'm being rude, but I don't give a f***. but she's okay with spending more money. You're not. You're willing to sacrifice by going and working your ass off. She's not willing to literally cook a meal. What are we doing? How do you guys like vibe and last together?
All right, let's dabble into this. Do you see how insane it is that this man is willing to work extra job? I'm sure job he doesn't even like, right? So he'll sacrifice his happiness to make her happy by waking up, going to work, do this job, go to another job, and finding ways to bring money in. And then he have to come home with no food on the table. So he have to work extra and then go out and buy food or go out to eat and spend more money on food. Meanwhile, she won't even cook. It don't gotta be crazy family Thanksgiving meals. Just cook. But she don't like it. What if when you have kids? Now I don't know these couples, but I don't know if they have kids or not. But let's just say, and if she have kids, she's like this. That's insane. That's crazy. But it's like when you have kids, right? Even as a father, as a single father, whether you're mom or dad, when you have children, what you gonna do? Go out to eat every time? Huh? Buy, McDonald's every time? Caesar's Pizza every time? Like what? Like what's the goal? Like how you gonna feed your kid every time? Right? Just constantly bringing them out to eat, buying food? No. At one point, you will have to cook for the child, even if you don't like it. It's just the facts. You will have to either learn how to cook or just cook because the child has to be fed every single time. And the more you go out to eat, it adds up. So as a parent, what you gonna say? Well, I don't like cooking, so I just don't feed the kid, or just go out to eat every time, or I just buy food every time. Same thing when you have a spouse, we together. Yeah, okay, you don't like to cook, but come on. I don't like going to work every time. I don't like my job. I don't like working 2 jobs, 3 jobs. I don't like having my money being spent on your nails and hair and you and travel and dates and X, Y, and Z. It gets tiring. I spend more money on you than I spend on myself. I don't like it, but it makes you happy. Fine, I still do it. But you won't willing to do something that you don't like to do for me, for us. And then when you cook, it's not just for me, it's for you too. You eating too. It ain't just like, hey, baby, it's good for you, then only you for the. No, you eating the food too. But when I spend the money on you, it's just for you. When you get your hair and nails done, when I pay for it, I'm not getting my hair and nails done. You are. Any man watching this, man, listen. If you come across a girl like that, do not marry them, man. Do not marry that person. Walk away if you with them right now. It ain't worth it. And you might be like, bro, it's just cooking, it's just food. It's not a big deal. No, what it is that is showing how when a person won't sacrifice certain things to make you happy, why you going over backwards and damn near ruin your health just to make them happy. It has to be both ways. It gotta work both ways. It's a partnership. For some reason, we forget that partnership means we put in certain thing that you like or don't like, you might have to do. Sometime in partnership and be coming together, married together, or just dating together, you might have to change some things about you, improve, and vice versa. Let's read some comments and then we'll stop. Oh, that's interesting. I asked, is marriage a good or bad investment for a man? Let's see what somebody said. Somebody said, one of the worst ideas ever. Another person said, terrible idea or terrible deal. It is. Well, for men, it's a bad idea, bad investment, terrible deal, right? For women, like in her case, she got married, she don't gotta cook, she don't got nothing, got all that. She doesn't like to do it, and it's fine. He lives with it, but yeah, he still got to do his part. It's like, they want the man to be traditional, but they don't want to be traditional. So, and then let's just say if it doesn't work out, she walk away free, extra money than she came in the whole thing with. She might get monthly allowance, alimonies, like if they got the kids together, child support every single month. So to them it's a big deal, and while they're together, she'll have to work. She doesn't want to. Yeah, to them it's a great deal. It's a wonderful deal. Yeah, but to the man, terrible. Terrible deal. Gordon said that man has no standings. And I don't know if he meant standards, but overall, let's go back to this man. I want to see how he look like again. You can tell this dude, man, he just like he kind of settling, right? In a way, I mean, I don't know their history. I don't know how he fell in love, but a lot of time, a lot of men would just kind of get what they can, or just be happy they got somebody, and be like, you know, whatever. Before I couldn't get nobody else, so fine, you know, I'll just do everything. She could just sit back and do nothing at all. I'm just happy I got somebody. Um, Jim said, if it's not a partnership and either feels they are carrying too much of the work of the relationship, it will fail. That's facts. If I'm doing everything, you're doing nothing at all, then why are we together? This person said, I have a wife exactly like that. Bro, that's bad. Let me see. Steven said, the problem is most women don't stop cooking. They never started. Therefore, that you knew beforehand and you still married her. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, let's see what respond was. Yeah, respond. Look, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, he said leave. To me, I can't marry somebody if you are not cooking or don't know how to cook. I'm sorry, because I love eating food. So if you're not gonna cook at all, I don't want you. I don't want to marry you. You know what I'm saying? Just like how if you meet me and I don't want to work, I want to be a lazy bum and don't bring any money in at all. Would you still want to marry me? Would you still want to date me? If I'm like, man, look, I just want to sit back and just play video games all day, don't go to work, don't make any kind of money, no kind of hustle. I'm just on Section 8. I'm just, you know, I'm on food stamp or whatever. I don't want nothing at all. I don't care about hustling, working extra job or making extra money. Would you still want to marry me? You wouldn't. Caroline said she should cook a nice meal every day for him. What does she eat? That is true. So if you don't like to cook and you don't cook, how are you eating food? Is she buying food every time? Or is he buying her food every time? Somebody said this is what he wants. Let him have her. Listen, sometimes you gotta put some sense into people's mind. Like, yo, come on, bro. Like, tighten up. All Jim said, he's giving his all and she's just taking. Ditch her fast and get someone who appreciates you busting your butt for them. She's sitting there laughing and smiling, telling me the whole relationship is a joke. Facts. Tyler said, happy wife, happy life. Let's end on that note, right? The worst thing the old school, you know, man generation have ever done is this whole thing, happy wife, happy life. It should be happy spouse, happy house, right? Because we gotta have standards, fellas. You know, we can't accept certain things. You know, we I guess some of us don't want to be lonely at the end, and I guess some of us might settle. I don't want to settle. I'd rather be single forever. We can't be abused or used, that's the word, constantly. There's more to you as a person, as a man. Nothing wrong with providing to a woman, to your wife, to your spouse, but she got to provide back to you in some form. It don't always have to be financial. It could be, hey, at least cook. If you know how to cook, at least cook a meal for me. At least do that. If I'm out busting my butt working 2, 3 jobs, I want to come home to at least a good home cooked meal. I don't know if you guys ever had a home cooked meal before, but there's nothing in the world that can beat a home cooked meal. Never. Like, even if you go out to eat to a fancy restaurant, that home cooked meal, when it's made with love and care and passion, it tastes different. Just being at home with your girl, like, let me walk you through it. Imagine, you know, going to work. Right, you leave early in the morning, like about like 6 a.m., whatnot, 8 a.m., whatnot. Go to work. You grinding at your first job. You busting your butt. You working hard. You know, eat a lot, you know, lunch in here and there. From, let's just say your first job ends, bust your butt. Then you hurry up and go to your second job, busting your butt there. right? Working your butt off. You don't even like those jobs. You're like, you know what? I got a wife to look out for, a family. I'm going to just, work these double jobs. Then you get home. You tired. By then, you hungry. You starving. But you get home. You walk into that house. Go in that kitchen. There's no meal ready for you to eat. No home cooked meal. No, hey baby, I cooked for us, baby. Here, let's sit down and eat. Let's relax. Instead, she's like, baby, I'm hungry. And you're like, okay, I'm hungry too. Now you gotta go, and I have to leave your house from working two jobs. Now you have to leave your house, either go out to eat or go get food and buy food, or you have to like just call and get food delivered. There's something about a home cooked meal that will make a man be at peace when he get home and just like, at least I'm home now. But what do y'all think though? What are your thoughts? Leave a comment below. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, and as always, man, subscribe and follow for more. Peace. All right, so last thing, listen, if you are a parent and you have a court order in place, but it's being violated because the other person is either denying you time sharing or bad mouthing you in front of the child, and you want to take action, but you can't afford an attorney because they are very expensive. Well, good thing, man. Listen, I have a new tool called Docket Mind. Docket Mind will help you create a motion under 5 minutes without spending thousands on attorneys. It's very simple. Go to docketmind.com, click Start My Motion. From there on, put in your very basic info that you need inside of a motion. And after that, it's very easy. Just tap in what it's asking you. It's pretty much like multiple choice. You're not writing anything to describe the motion or what happened, what's going on. This platform, Docket Mind, will do everything for you. Within 5 minutes or less, you will have a court-ready motion that you can file by yourself. Right now, we launch in Florida, but we will be in other states. If you're not in Florida, just go here, go to Docket Mind, and kind of just go to join the wait list. And from there on, just kind of add your information, which states are you in, your name, your email, and also what's the issue. And then when we launch in your state, you will be notified. All right, guys, take care, okay? Don't forget, docketmind.com.